G'day, welcome back to the 40 channel. So today we're going to look at how to bring one of these old classic 40 series Landcruiser wiper motors back to life. Righto, so we've done a bit of filming and stuff, a little bit in the past. There's going to be a bit of jumping around and you might even see the clothes change a bit, but that's all right because this has been a bit of a process in getting all these components together, and Andy's been working on a lot of this stuff even throughout my build and has been a huge supporter to get me to where I am with Sam today. One of the parts we're going to look at straight off the bat, I'm actually really excited about, they just turned up today, is the wiper terminal covers. Non-existent. They're a little rubber insulated cover that goes on the top of the wiper that normally is so brittle or worn out when you go to take it off, it just crumbles in your hands. Andy's gone to a huge effort, got them all drawn up, gone to some manufacturers and got these made to absolute spot on, and they look spectacular. So that's really exciting because it means we can put the wiper motors on the windscreen with the correct new rubbers as if it came straight from factory. Put all the new wipers on, and then if it rains, we're okay. Righto, so we've stripped down the wiper motor to expose all your cogs and your gears and that stuff in here. Now it all is moving freely, but it is very old and crusty grease. So I'm just going to try and clean it all out and give it a really good freshen up inside there. I'm going to take off all these little plates here. That exposes all our little gear cogs in there. So we're just going to give that a bit of a flush out and clean it all up and give it a nice bit of new grease. So all we're going to do is just very, very carefully just scrape out that really crusty old grease. We're just going to get super carefully, we're going to get under that gasket just with a razor blade, putting a bit of pressure. And then we want to save that. We don't want to lose any of this stuff. Now you can see how it actually works in here. This pivots. It's a bit stiff, so we don't want that to be stiff. You can see it's supposed to spring back like that. That pivots, pushes our contacts up and down, which tells the wiper motor to go one way or the other. Pretty old but very basic, clever system. So the full internals of the wiper motor are fully cleaned out. It was a really sticky, gummy leftover residue, so it was actually really sticky and it actually bound up a lot of the components inside the wiper motor. But we've cleaned every little part up and everything moves freely that should move freely. It must be a pretty high torque motor because we can't spin the whole gear mechanism, but our contactor works, it springs back, everything works really well there. Now we're just going to use a little bit of Molytac and just put a little bit of grease back on all those gear surfaces, on the cogs, anything that's moving, on the shaft, and put it all back together and finish it off with the Andy Budge special rubber. So I've just made up a little rubber seal that goes on there. The other one was totally perished, totally fell apart in my hands. That is nearly ready to go on the car, except for a new terminal cover. Righto, so there you go, there's the old one as you've seen, and it is, unfortunately, it's cactus. It's come to, if I crush that, you'll see it just breaks. It is really, really seen better days. And those better days were 1965. So, here we have it, our brand new full rubber terminal cover. So let's put it on. This is pretty cool, this is pretty exciting. Slip it straight over. Oh, look at that. That looks mint. You can see all our holes line up perfectly. Now what we're going to do is put that backing screw in and then it's done. That wiper motor has been not totally stripped down, but all the gears have all been cleaned up of the terrible old grease. Re-greased, all cleaned up. We've contact cleaned all the electrical components. Everyone looks really good. We just used a multimeter to make sure that everything is turning on and off as it should. So hopefully, fingers crossed, there's no reason why that shouldn't work absolutely as it should. So how good is that? On top of that, Andy's also gone to a huge amount of trouble with the thermostat housings, both lower and upper, which again don't exist anymore for these early Landcruisers. Righto, so the thermostat housing on the original 1965 is actually really corroded. We're only just hanging on by a touch of a shimmer there, and just here as well. So even though we made a gasket, we put it on, it still didn't seal up and it leaked. But there is a solution. Andy Budge's manufacturing solution. So Andy Budge has gone to extreme lengths in making both the bottom and the top of the old school F engines for the 135 thermostat housing. Now check that out. You can see the difference is, well, monumental. I'm going to have a lot better sealing this up against my block than I ever did with that. So we're going to chuck on Andy Budge's and we're going to give it a crack. Top of that, we're going to use some of this ChemTools gasket maker. So all of this should really seal it up and give this 135 motor the love it needs. Now, one of the things that I think is the crown jewel of the F135 motor is the SD40 carby. Now, this carby alone is very sought after, very rare, and is a bit of a crown jewel when it comes to the motor. It's normally the glass on the front of the SD40 carby that ends up getting lost in the way, broken, ripped off, whatever happens, and people end up putting like a bit of plate over it. And that beautiful looking glass window on the SD40 carby is lost and gone forever. Until now. Andy has also gone to a huge amount of trouble in getting this piece of glass remanufactured. Look at that. There it is, the SD carby 40 window. So this is the remanufactured window. It looks absolutely spectacular straight out of the box. Now we're going to do a closer look at it. A perfect specimen for anyone doing a full restoration on an SD40 carby or an old early Series 40 Landcruiser. Now he doesn't muck around. If it's even a millimeter out of spec to what it should be, he sends it back to the factory with all his recommendations to get it right. And he has got this absolutely perfect. And to be honest, I actually think the new glass looks better than the original. And that's only because way back then, which I didn't know about, glass had a little bit of imperfections in it and had a little bit of tinting to it. But this one is absolutely spectacular. So again, awesome work, Andy. How good is that? There's not many people out there that go to this much detail and are this passionate about bringing the early 40s and 25s back to life like Andy. So fantastic job, mate. Huge effort. A real credit to the early Landcruiser community. So well done, mate. We're going to have a bug catcher window here. Now, it's got the little adjuster knob there. How cool is that? But check this out, right? We're going to go find them. This is really, really cool. Hang a minute. Now check that out. That is a brand new bug catcher locking mechanism. So a lot of these knobs, they perish, they break, and all this bottom part here rusts out, it's no good. Has the bell washers. This is machined and made to absolute precision, and to be honest, actually look and feel so much better than the old one. This is pretty crusty. It's got a few little cracks and stuff in it. This will just tie this build in absolutely beautifully. And I certainly look forward to mounting these into these doors when they're totally finished and restored on the inside. It's the small little things like this that really make a build. So if you guys are doing up an early 40 series Land Cruiser or an FJ45, you know, the old Snowy River scheme stuff, or anywhere else in the world and you're chasing down some of this stuff, you can send Andy an email and he'll be able to hook you up with some of these components. But don't muck around too long, because some of these components are being done in limited runs. Now, it might take a few orders to get them redone again. So don't muck around, don't delay, get in there and jump on and see what he's got. Anyway, guys, total credit to Andy. Great work, mate. He's done a sensational job with his own FJ40 that looks absolute mint, just as it rolled off the factory floor out of Toyota from Japan so many years ago. Mate, absolute credit to you. It is sensational. So well done, mate. So anyway, that's it. I had to give Andy a plug because he's done so much work for the early 40 series community and he absolutely deserves it. And there's a lot of people out there that don't know this stuff is available still right now. So anyway, until next time, thanks for watching.